In this video, I will try to somehow survive 100 levels on the Geometry Dash 2.2 private server. Now, I hardly know anything about 2.2. I'm gonna have to learn how to deal with the Swing Copter game mode, the platformer mode, the unforgiving camera controls, slow-mo triggers, and many more new features. If that wasn't bad enough, every time I complete a level, there is a 10% chance I will be forced to increase the difficulty of the level I play. Credit to Blaze for developing this interesting private server, and let's do this challenge. First level is particle effects, and I know why 2.2 is taking long. Not only is Robtop competing with Super Mario Bros, but now he's trying to compete with Adobe After Effects. Why not just throw Impossible Game in there? Oh wait. Well anyways, this looks amazing and I hope I can stay in this difficulty as long as possible. Auto 2.2 is the second level and it's pretty simple. Gave me a preview of the Swing Copter and 1 extra star. Next I would become the Beethoven of Geometry Dash. Look, I don't know how this works, but this level used music triggers to allow me to essentially play piano, and I created some flaming hot mixtapes.
Just like Stereo Madness.
This one was a weird level. It just threw my cube around. Finally though, I would have to start playing the game. Playing Partition's platformer gave me a feel for the controls of the Icon and Jetpack game mode, although I did have a few fails trying to get the user coins. Aw, come on. Overall though, it was a clean, easy experience. Then I would have my first roundabout with the Swing Copter. I died a couple of times. The Swing Copter is probably the most awkward game mode. I never really know what's gonna happen when I click this thing. This level has randomly generated user coin placements and I could only snag one before getting thrown into Geometry Dash jail. Now, this default guy is looking quite shifty. I was thrown into jail due to evading Robtop's awesome tax, but this guy, he's definitely committed some GD felonies. This dude asked for some help, so I freed the homie. He was nice about it and thanked me for my help. I jumped over these two spike guards, but this guy, he straight up killed this guard. That's fine though. Using our jetpacks, we escaped the prison. Finally, I can enjoy freedom. Not before being launched into Blue 3, where I tried speedrunning a bit and failed. Same applies to the next level, but I passed both somewhat unscathed. After reviving back from the dead, I hovered over the pits of lava and that level was short and easy, unlike Banana Milk 1. I used my last brain cell to find this coin. Wow, I got 2 stars from this level. It'd be a shame if I got unlucky again. Alright, you know the drill already. Normal level time. Now, I encountered this Chad. Not the type of guy you want to mess with. That sharp saw shape, definitely a threat. So, I just dashed right past him. No trouble, no. Alright, we're gonna have to do this the hard way. I had to go through a lot to get this guy his cola, but eventually I gave him the pop and he gave me the pot, so I got the heck out of there. This sweltering volcanic dungeon has many keys, so I had to go back and forth, and back and forth to unlock all the walls. After game ending these 2 monsters, I escaped this place. Some extra jumps on these molten rocks are needed before we make our way out of the volcano. Now, I'm in this claustrophobic tomb. One of those key mazes, nothing too difficult. I experimented a bit with water physics, and just like every other platformer, I can safely say the water levels are trash. Whoa, I'm at this random tower. Entire thing, completely random but completely easy. Next I was thrown into another prison. After breaking myself out, I found myself in a bunker. The exit was guarded by Partition and Funny Game, but after carefully evading these pyromaniacs, I made my way out into the vent and into the real world, where next I would beat this level in 1 attempt. This level shifted the very ground below me, and despite the effort of the camera controls, I passed this level with relative ease. I had a dumb death in hyperdrive. Oh come on dude. Luckily, apart from that, the cyberpunk wasteland wasn't too difficult to traverse. I went into the outforest, which had some coins scattered all around the place. Guess I could pay off that awesome tax. Next level is Aqua Ravine. I'm not lagging or anything, this is super duper slow. Still manages to be faster than the development phase for Yangire Simulator. Yeah, you thought I'd say 2.2. I encountered a level titled Make Me a Sandwich. Oh, that's a pretty scary name. I entered with caution and experienced my first real fail in this challenge. Yeah, we got platformer mode triple spikes now. Amazing. I won the rematch with this tainting triple triad. Next level was Jams. Not much to say about it, so this is the part where I tell you to subscribe if you enjoy what you're seeing. You watched this far and it's free, so why not? They don't name this level Color Tower 3 for nothing. These gradients are super appealing. Just 2.2 is this weird audio visualizer cave thing. Wrong rhythm game, but still a pretty good aesthetic. After leaving this caved construction zone, I went into the city known as Sadness. The main thing that made me feel sad was the gameplay. I can't tell you how much times I died in this dumb shit part, but as everything faded to black, my cube woke up in an unknown world. It was a dark night out, so I needed help from my cloud buddy to light up the path. I moved this slab to open the gate, and then I realized it was a trap. I was part of some weird sacrificial ritual to revive this flower and revive the once darkened forest. How wholesome. Can I have my life back? So, I continued traveling, went through game, a wilderness, back again, and the cloud parkour. These normal levels were getting really easy. Too easy. I could feel the unluckiness coming my way. I decided to beat a level that was actually in the dislike ratio for the meme. It required surprisingly precise clicks for a 3-star. Talking about stars, yeah, we finally got out of that normal difficulty. Shifty Station 1 is a level that hides many secrets. You gotta find the keys in the wall to advance through this vineyard. Despite some of the deco being confusing, it still made for quite the easy level to beat. After this, I got lost in the forest. If you're slow and quiet, you could avoid this sleeping giant. Me though, I'm built different, and I avoided him anyway. QB, no! I didn't know if I was ready for what was up ahead. After nearly drowning, I got all of the coins needed to get the heck out of this place and into the prologue. I hopped across the high islands and broken bridges a ton and built up quite the pile of wealth. After enough harassing, this wooden block would be deflated and I'd show Scratch all my earnings. It was just about enough to get the key and the coin. Now Scratch has 66 more coins to invest in his Robtop coin portfolio. Good on him. I took an elevator down to the mines. After riding a minecart, all I had to do was flick a couple switches to advance through these caverns. After falling through this hole, everything flipped for the first time. My controls swapped around as well. That's gonna be annoying in the future. No matter though, I got out of the mines and ended Chapter 1. In X-Souls, my camera was going absolutely haywire. I clearly didn't get the worst of it. Look what they did to my mans. The new scale trigger is weird. After the credits rolled, I went to Zone 1 Flat Hill Zone. I advanced through the level and traversed the waterfall in sonic speed. This dumb little baby was complaining about dropping his juice pack. Whatever, I'll just ignore him. What the fuck? Where's my ride? It would never come back and I would have to reset. After collecting coins, I found the juice pack this guy dropped. Of course he dropped it in a lava cavern. And woohoo, these zip lines worked properly. Then I entered the GD 2.2 version of World's Hardest Game. It was one of the first real attempt grinders. GG! Yes! I can't really say I'm proud of that number. Talking about numbers, I guess now we're talking about stars. The 4 stars would come to an abrupt end and my normal lucky streak seemed like a complete anomaly. My first 5-star was the only legendary level I had played since Particle Effects. It was a bleak and snowy day out, and there were intimidating monsters that my little cube had to avoid. Through all the snow, I had a moment of salvation. If I picked up the blade, I could fight my way to victory. Yeah, I could swing this thing around real fast. I tested the blade out on some of the little guys, but from past failures, I knew where the true fight was. You know what they say though, 3rd time's the charm, and I had a fierce battle against this aggressive enemy. I tanked multiple hits with my insane health bar. After jumping a few times, I broke through the iceberg and got a coin. Dashed through the snow and got into this random guy's house. I think I'll leave now. Forest G took a while to defeat. The morning and evening phase alone took me 3 minutes to pass, and this was one of my faster runs. The final stage took place in the night, and I would have to pass through Michi's tower unfazed. This triple spike is a ruse. If you jump over it, you'll get a skull, which will trigger this meanie into killing you. These guys just exert lasers. Truly the difference between a Sigma monster and a Beta monster. After some UFO spam, I safely escaped the level, but man, things are getting difficult. The forest I was chilling at was suddenly frozen in, and now the chompies were even more aggressive. This guy straight up followed me around until I leaped slightly over his reach. After melting this ice block, I triggered an apocalyptic snowstorm, and just as I thought I was a goner, the platform below me elevated upwards and I escaped the avalanche. Now I was in the ice fortress. I dodged these skewers. I'm not gonna become mincemeat yet. My experience with the next level though, not too pretty. I got my first real dose of the slow-mo trigger. I was killed dozens of times primarily by this wave part, which mixes in slow-mo with the random trigger. This is probably the worst mix of ingredients since ketchup and bleach. I gladly got out of that place and I was happy until I realized that there was an imposter among us. Sus battle is completely randomized. You don't really know what this imposter is gonna do. I wasn't quick enough to dodge this guy, so I needed to find a little bit of a solution. Now, you see these numbers in the top left? Well, here's what they mean. The important one for this challenge is the X coordinate number. I realized 65 was the optimal place to be. Only one attack actually reached the 65 spot, and it was this saw blade. An inch forward though and I'd be impaled by this random spike attack. The lasers and the imposter distributed infections were easy to avoid though. I cheesed this sus battle and got out of here. Okay, yes! Yes! Oh my god, that was pain. I entered no, where something really interesting happened. Oh, I just drunk water the wrong way. Holy shit. Similarly to the level's lava environment, I got really heated towards the end. Spam! Okay. Yes! Da, 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 na, 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 na. Next level, my luck with platforms is, really bad. Hey, come back down, come back down. Please tell me you come back down. Fuck. There's no going back in this level. Hey. Lava is continuously surging and it's up to me to get the keys needed to get the heck out of Dodge. In this classic landscape, I became extremely aware of these new wind hitboxes. I used them to my advantage to beat this level nice, quick, and easy. I don't know what happened here, but I defied the laws of gravity and floated across the Winterlands. I grabbed this coin and this happened. Whatever, at least I'm no longer in the same place as this jellyfish nightmare fuel thing. Out the victory screen and into the next level, I dealt with some pretty classic power trip styled gameplay. I wish the robot was more sight readable, but it's cool. I got 95% through the level and wait, what the f is this guy doing here? Oh no! Fuck! Second time, I'll just leave that dude alone, jeez. Camera controls in this one went absolutely crazy. Slow-mo Swing Copter gave me a ton of trouble and I was ecstatic at the completion of this divine masterpiece. Somewhere in Sandlands was a god who was capable of beating this level in one attempt. Yeah, let's go. Wait, where the heck am I? I can't really explain the block structures here. This is quite the odd level, and you know what? It's time for me to make another bad transition into a... Stars? Yeah, talking about stars, we're playing harder levels now. Yay! I went old school with its difficulty and actually played the first ever rated level on this server. Tower of Defiance with an ID of 10. Simple as expected. Platformer 2, which is the second oldest rated 6-star, is also a somewhat simple and sight-readable level. Can't say the same about the next level. So, I found this weird skeleton guy known as the Loop Keeper. He straight up threw me into his infinite basement. If I didn't collect all 6 keys by the time I got to the end, the level would keep repeating over and over and over and over and... Alright, you get the point. So on one of my attempts, I found a few keys the first way through, and then on my second way through, I would go even deeper into this guy's basement, which would hold the 6th and final key to escape the loop. Definitely gonna choose another basement for my next hotel stay. Swing Copter challenge was the first time I had a real hard time with a Swing Copter. After a few dozen attempts, my recording of this level failed, and luckily the rebeat didn't take too long. I would soon find myself having to escape from the temple. Just ride across this gear conveyor belt looking thing, get a few keys, and make sure not to get squashed. Simple. Time Leaper was a really solid level, and then this guy decided to combine the Swing Copter and the slow-mo trigger. Dude, that is trash. Like, that's complete trash. What the f? This is the worst combination of ingredients since... wait, I already did that. Escape Route is an extremely entertaining level. You better social distance real good around these blocks. If not, you are a goner. No! What killed me there? This is so fun. What the f? Okay, I never react like that to a buggy death. This level was amazing. While you have the option of doing this part in insane speeds due to the windy stream, I had an equal and opposite reaction by pressing the left arrow. That made this spider around as difficult as the one in Finger Dash. Despite all of its mix-ups and unique gameplay techniques, this level is quite easy to conquer. Next one is Infernus, and this bozo is blocking the way. So I just took my problem and pushed it somewhere else. Now this guy is not the nicest spiky ball. Made me solve Sudoku just to get even deeper in the depths of hell. Eventually I irritated this guy enough for him to become a full-on boss fight. In my next fight, I was more prepared, and despite the RNG and levitating platforms, I triumphed over this boss fight. I entered a fort where lying at the top was Uwu boss level. Got some hearts that like killed him or something, and then I stole his crown. Alright YouTube, I give you layout, you give me views. Fair trade, yes? Uprise is another one of those 1.0 themed levels with an insanely difficult dual wave to boot. I woke up in a dungeon and had some issues with these slippery ice blocks. Once the guard saw me, he may have gotten all mad or whatever, but he was careful not to throw hands with me. He let his skewers do all the work like a coward. That worked out around as well for me as the Ice Fortress. This technological level has a constantly changing effect background. Looks pretty cool. Had a dumb death, but overall a fun and fair level. Unlike Splash. You know Mountain King by Funny Game, right? OMG, 5 times and 6 times speed, so scary. Well, in this level, if my math is right, you have to go through an 8 times speed portal. This part was super annoying, but with enough luck, I was able to pass this level. This luck would fade though, as I would start having to play harder levels. The first 7-star was Takenomori. Apart from the occasional times I crashed in the middle of the level, I finally got to the end. Oh no, I'm gonna crash into the spikes! I didn't crash, Partition, you got me there. I found myself in these mystical ruins. I had to collect many keys which would collectively demolish these barriers. After breaking every barrier, I found myself in La Rose. Definitely one of the better looking levels of the run. These particle effects are something I am hyped for in 2.2. Demon particles at a 98% straight fly? That's gonna be my favorite, you know. Synthetic confused me to the point where when I reached this ball part, I just straight up turned my head 90 degrees to make the ball look normal. If creators keep doing this, I fear for the posture of the GD community. Not that it's good or anything. In this level, I blasted off to the moon. It was super fun, but it would be the precursor to Remokers. It's a cursed classic level. I went through tons of structures which reminded me of the old times of Geometry Dash. Over time things got more and more up to date. After this 1.9 wave part, there was this weird glow boss fight. I guess this is the creator's way of mimicking the deadlocked monsters, except they're not sight readable and I absolutely hate them! This is probably the most attempts I've taken up to this point on one level, but that should be expected. It's only gonna get worse from here on out. Luckily next I faced an easy challenge which I vanquished quickly. Look, it straight up crashed on the victory screen. I'm gonna count that as a win, okay? It took a while to ascend through the colors up the geometry tower, but eventually I left this place and entered Accelerate. This level's got slow swing copters, duplication effects, and too many cuties to count. You see this? It doesn't look too special, right? Well, this is platformer mode 2, the most disliked level on the entire private server. Now, I can kinda see why it's the most disliked. There's literally nothing to like about this level. In the future though, let's just say I'm gonna develop some new least favorites. This level is orange and cozy. Yeah, I got nothing else. While Sphere was sync-based, it was insanely inconsistent at the UFO and I was super happy to get out of there. Initially, Retroman Adventures doesn't look very annoying, however, this level broke my most attempts record for a reason. The arrows block the spikes in room 5. Why is the layout like this? I really hope Rob can make these buttons like less opaque or something, cause this is not gonna work for me. The next 3 levels I played were the Drill Chamber series, which would progressively get more and more complicated. The entire trilogy was nice, fun, fair, and easy. Unlike the next level. Technical Tech is another one of those levels that's extremely fast for no reason at all. It would be the last harder 7-star of this run. Now we are entering the end game. While I couldn't play the Dark Forest without crashing, I could play Enter the Temple. Now the level seems nice, you know, it's inspired off of Celeste, which is a somewhat fair platformer. It's a visually charming game with a good story, and wait, I don't think I know the definition of inspired, because this level is none of those things. The gameplay isn't really sight readable. You better play this in practice mode, because without it, you won't be able to avoid the surging poisonous lake, the one-click very specific orb timings, or the sudden complete shifts in gravity and overall difficult maneuvering needed to get to the final golden temple. Now, after going on a fetch quest, nearly dying to some very inconsistent wind physics, there's this perilous part with these moving boxes. Yeah, I died here twice and I had to go through this entire level over and over again. This one broke my attempt record for sure. However, this level would be good for one thing. This level would gear me up for the future, as now my skill had truly reached the next level. All of the chains holding my potential back were finally broken. I scrolled through the level pages where I would continue my exploration through the bright and colorful Levo, the polygonal plains of Disco Galaxy, the energetic aura of Paiki, the terrifying crypts of the cabin, the rigged hallways of the castle, the basic world of Dreen, the hallucinatory drugged circles, the trials of level P, the decrepit Temple of Air, and the rebirth level next step. 9 star time. I would explore the many rooms of the quantum game. I would enter a wooden cabin which would lead me to a cave. In this cave you're meant to collect some keys, but you can just sort of make your way out into the grove where I got 9 extra stars. Next I traversed the odd layout of dark electricity and beat it. Finally, I would come face to face with my demons. 2 of them. Level 99 was Super Driver, an easy demon which would become a walk in the park after a few practice runs. And now, it's time for level 100. It took some time to learn the tricks and traps of the Spoopy Temple. Surprisingly, it wouldn't be as hard to topple as our old enemy. I narrowly dodged all of the obstacles in every single trial. After collecting the 2 keys needed to bypass the final trial, I would finally be free from both the walls of this castle and the chains of this challenge. I am now a 2.2 Reflex Champion. This means one thing. My time with 2.2 is not done, and soon let's just say some crazy things are going to take place. Explorers, thanks for experiencing this journey with me. I want to see you in the next video, alright? So make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed. See ya later.